time. He does this every day, man.
Why are you unbanning him? Just keep him
I don't
banned,
know,
Like,
bro. Man.
go. One more to go.
Welcome, everybody, to the Onward VR Master League Season 12, Week 13, Saturday night venue showcase. My name's Nightfire with 2 E's, and if you're tuning in here today, you're here for an Onward VRML matchup. High tier at that, as both of these teams are very high in the regular season ladder playing Onward. If you don't know what Onward is, it is a 5 versus 5 military simulator. The attacking team, Marsoc, attacks the objective. The defending team, Volk, defends the objective. If the attacking team gets within a certain radius of the objective and enters in a 7-digit code, they get themselves 2 points. Otherwise, you're trying to kill the opposing team to secure yourself 1 point, and it is best of 7. As you can see below me, we have an array of TBDs, to be determined, as we play 3 maps, and 2 maps are banned from a select map pool that is determined at the start of the season. And so we play a full 3-map series out. That means that we play 3 best of 7s, and it is a good solid night of Onward ahead of us. We can dive right into the bans of both of the teams. Coming in from Hell on Wheels, as they are the home team, they get first ban. They ban Quarantine. Coming in from Blackwatch, they are the away team. They get second ban. They ban Suburbia. Map 1 is Hell on Wheels map choice. And it is going to be Cargo. And that is the general playing field that we will have before us. What this means is that Hell on Wheels throwing out a couple of different vibes. Quarantine, kind of a bit of a long-range map, but not necessarily. It also has a lot of close quarters combat within it. Banned out by Hell on Wheels. Likely a ban from them because it is a ban of weakness, as they do not do well on Quarantine. I've only played it twice this season in comparison to 5 times from Blackwatch. So clearly a ban of strength from Blackwatch because they're 5 and 4. So concerned that Blackwatch may be able to play that one. They get rid of that out of the map pool. Suburbia banned by Blackwatch. Hell on Wheels play that one quite well. 4 and 3. So also a ban of strength for Hell on Wheels. So an interesting couple of bans. They're taking maps away from their opponents. And map 1, Hell on Wheels, picking into Cargo. It is their second most played map, 6 and 4 overall. So certainly an impressive scoreline as compared to what I seems to see is no rounds played on Cargo from Blackwatch this season. An interesting start to things, but again, both of these teams very close in rank, and so we can expect a pretty good back and forth. Just going to go ahead and give the teams the go-ahead, and we should be diving in to round number 1 any moment. Looking at the active rosters for both teams over on Hell on Wheels, we have MT Bruv, Wurtpoo, Catholic Goat, Trickster, and Slippy Fingers. And over on Blackwatch, we have Nomad, Cash Crazy, Jay Welch, Not Now, and Paradox HD. Standard active rosters there for both sides, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no subs coming in. If you are interested in potentially joining the VRML once you see the action unfold in front of you and maybe it's something you're interested in, you feel free to join in the action. Plenty of avenues to get involved. You can head on over to VRML.com where you can find all the links to our Discord, social media, all of the Twitch channels, and register yourself as a reservist. So if a team needs a sub in the middle at the start of a game or in the middle of a game, they can potentially ping you and bring you into the match. It's all organized via the ladder, and well, we gotta look forward to the action in front of us as we are finally into it here. Round number 1 kicking off. A lot of suppressive fire coming in from the defensive side, and an aggressive push from Nomad trying to push out and flank the offense. A very interesting commitment. Does not catch Hell on Wheels off guard as they are fully ready for that kind of aggression. They didn't commit too far up through the center. They didn't go with a heavy aggressive push. When Trickster almost finds themselves some more action there on the side. Paradox able to dip in to cover. bit of a holding pattern. Hell on Wheels feeling that pressure early, want to make sure there's no more of it coming. And they have a lot of time. More than 5 minutes, oh, less than 5 minutes left, but still plenty of time left on the clock here. Shots coming in from Trickster as Slippy pushes down through side alley. Noto now seems to be spotting out a couple of different offensive approaches. Those bullets going through that crack, I believe, in the crates to deny entry there. But that flash comes up and over, and Trickster is right here up in the center. A nice kill from them in the middle of the crates, and Blackwatch have lost control of this side of the map. Welch and Cash Crazy, I think, now aware of this, and you see some eyes drawn in. Smokes are out, and so Welch actually blind firing through the smokes. Cash Crazy has vision on the other side of that smoke, though, and no one's there just yet. Oh, Paradox goes down. Slippy able to catch that out. Meanwhile, the defense still holding down the objective as they've lost their third element. Down to just 2 here. Jay Welch gets flashed out. Trickster finds the kill. Empty Bruv finds theirs. Hell on Wheels take a Marsoc round with 5 left alive on their map pick. Taking a little bit of a deeper dive into these stats and explain a little bit more of what the VRML is. Hell on Wheels worldwide are 21st. And Blackwatch is 16th. At the end of the regular season, we take the top 7 teams from the regular season ladder and eventually an 8th team and pitch them all up against each other into a postseason tournament where the top 3 teams come out with what is now a $7,000 in cash and hardware prize pool. That prize pool comes from our sponsors, which you see ticking across the screen. We'll talk more about them a little bit later because we do appreciate all of them as they help us support VR esports. But there is prizing on the line. And so, to the point, Blackwatch do not want to suffer a loss here today, as they will likely lose an opportunity to get up into that top 7 position worldwide. Especially important as we are in the back half of the regular season, so there's not even a lot of games left to win and gain MMR. And so oftentimes you do see teams that are close taking risky challenges just so they can try and get another win, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a really kind of chaotic time to be a competitive gamer in the back half of a VRML season. Got a bit of a false start there. We're not quite ready to get into round 2 just yet, but we'll be in there soon enough. And clearly Nomad does not care about their league KD feed, as a team killed their team after a reset, so the score, you know, technically counts, but they're -4 now. See what Hell on Wheels throw out on defense here for round number 2 of map 1. Similar offensive rollout. Nothing too aggressive initially. Everyone's setting up in the midfield, waiting to see if Hell on Wheels throw any aggressive rotations out, any pushes up through the middle. Sometimes defenses commit just really one to getting very aggressive and hunting for like potentially a 1-for-2 trade, almost knowing that they're going to die but still looking for kills. And so Blackwatch wary of that threat. As such, they're playing this a bit slower. Plenty of time though, 6 minutes each round, no matter what map you're on. And on a close quarters map like Cargo, that's 6 minutes. I feel like a long time.
1 minute down, boys. There's at least one on the...
And I do wonder, maybe this play has a timing element to it, and that they are going to play this one a little bit slow. Just heard him say 1 minute down. It's an indicator to me that they want to try and burn this clock down a little bit more until they begin to start to push in, try and force Hell on Wheels into some sort of rotation on defense. But so far, everyone playing pretty disciplined defense. Noto now is able to get into the corner, and our first shots of round 2 ring out. Nice kill there from Trickster to kick off things for Hell on Wheels. That smoke doesn't quite get into the doorway, and another kill there picked up.
One is tunnel.
Meanwhile, on the other side, shots coming in from Catholic Goat. Cash Crazy going to be advancing soon enough, but Trickster still through the center finds another one.
Alright, they're on either sides of the map.
Cash was going to push forward, but after Trickster found all these kills, Paradox concerned that there could potentially be flanks, so Cash
He traded.
watching for that.
He traded with Nomad check.
Now a duo left to push in on Hell on Wheels. So far, a rough 2 rounds for this Black Watch team, though. I don't think not a single kill picked up yet. Paradox tucked in on that bottom floor. Where
-1
finds Cash Crazy. This is not looking good for Black Watch in these first 2 rounds. The worst case scenario of a start for them. Still not a single kill picked up as Trickster peeks that corner again.
Remember, guys.
Hell on Wheels are up 2-0 and have not died. On a Cargo, no less. That is a rough start for any team. And a fantastic start for Hell on Wheels. But Black Watch, you know, I talk a lot about if a team is losing, what are their kills like? Are they still, you know, getting involved, bringing things close to 2 3s, 2 2s? And, you know, this is, yeah, the worst case scenario for Black Watch right now, to have 2 rounds where they have not really even shot bullets at an opponent. It feels to me almost like a fluke in pacing. Maybe nerves, not sure what, but they get a change in pace now. Every 2 rounds, we change objectives. And every round, they swap sides. So, Hell on Wheels go back onto the attack, Black Watch back onto the defense. And the objective goes to the other side of the map. And this is an objective that I feel is much easier to defend than the last one. Although that last one can be defended well. Case in point, Hell on Wheels did not lose 1 on their defensive setup. So, we'll have to see what Black Watch try and throw out there against Hell on Wheels here as we get into our next round. A bit of a tall order for the Hell on Wheels squad. Let's see how they're feeling as we get into round 3.
Boys. Yeah, I was looking to a crevice on a green bar, and I was trying to peek that dude, but he moved way too fast. He was just standing out in the middle of the room.
Yeah, he's just standing.
I want to have a family-friendly moment.
I got no spots. I ain't got no spots, man.
Positive chatting from Hell on Wheels. They're up 2-0, but hey, the first kill comes in, and it's a trade for Blackwatch. Quickly revived, though, and then the confirm, so technically no kills quite yet. As two go down. Noto now identifying several opponents here, and now they find themselves in a bit of a tough spot as Slippy pushes up to the corner. Finally, a kill. There's another on the other side as Jay Welch shuts down Trickster pushing in, and Hell on Wheels do not have all 5 alive for the first time. Definitely goes in the challenge, and they do not suffer the wrath of the toes quite yet. Probably going to push up to the corner, going to be challenging Noto now soon enough. Question is what utility. There's the trade.
I traded.
MT Bruv goes down. Wirt's going to quickly push up and get the res. It's 3-2 now. Nomad's going to fly the corner. Can he find one? Yes, he can't. Can't connect quite onto MTV. Has to heal. Drops the gun in the panic. Now it's pistols up as they push in onto MTV, and they connect with the pistol. Catholic Goat finds one, and it's a 1v1 for round number 3. As the action comes alive. And Blackwatch have a chance of putting one on the board here. See where Goat suspects there to be an opponent. That smoke actually could serve them well. If they decide to swing, they can get behind these barrels, wait for the smoke to dissipate, and have a pretty good angle onto Welch. Otherwise, the full cross may expose them. Jay Welch holding a good late angle. But Catholic likely to expect it in that corner. As they smoked one corner there, the barrel's a common spot. Jay Welch's is the other common spot. I'm sure Catholic Goat is aware, or at least concerned about the threat over there. Well, they push out, and they don't challenge quite deep enough. Jay Welch takes shots and then is able to cross back in as they find themselves a bit deeper on the angle. They find Catholic Goat and Blackwatch. Bounce back from a bit of a tough start. Find themselves some kills and take themselves around on the board 2-1. I mean, and really, and in particularly a rough start because Hell on Wheels, like we said, are the lower team in the ladder, lower ranked, and so, you know, a bit of an underdog. You know, again, pretty close at this point in the regular season. You don't really get too big of a separation unless it's a challenge match. And so, still, should be a pretty close back and forth. For Hell on Wheels to be leading as they are is very, it's exactly how they want things to go. It's their map pick. You know, you do not want to lose your map pick. Oftentimes, you'll see map picks swapped where, you know, Hell on Wheels, you know, the home team will pick a map and the away team will win it. Away team will pick a map, home team will win it. Sometimes I can't explain the mathematics behind it, okay? But they are certainly off to a very good start. Now with the now that, you know, that Blackwatch have come alive a little bit, it's a matter of if they can keep the momentum going. If they can still run away with this cargo map, they go back on defense. As I said, we swap sides. We stay at the same objective position. And Blackwatch get a chance at attacking. Pop into the Blackwatch spot here as they're talking about.
Who do you think you are, me?
I mean, I never practice with a fucking pistol, guys.
Oh, yeah,
we do.
Yeah, we know. Do you see the pistol you're using?
We apologize for the language, but hey, it's in-game, and so it does happen. The game isn't sure rated. Smokes come out, flashes over the top. No pistols in hand here. It's a lot of LMGs, and the first kill actually comes in from Paradox. Oof, these cargo rounds sometimes at the start are so loud. As everybody is taking shots, you have
-1.
bullets ringing in on metal. Both LMGs, fantastic for that purpose of noise suppression and suppression. And so, now as things go quiet, utility plays come in. Smokes dissipate, and as they do, Welch finds a kill, sets up for the advance up through the center. Gonna be challenging Trickster soon enough. Wirt and MT Brub also looking for angles. Ooh, and an M203 smoke dished out here, but Trickster is still just in front of it. Oh, and they cash Crazy and Trickster trade. Trickster able to call out actually a little bit of information here. As Not Now is going to confirm that down body. Nope, more call outs there. They continue to push. MTB's right there to find the kill. And through the smoke, suppressive fire comes in. Wirt in an unorthodox position right up in the center, does take some shots towards Paradox, and I don't think they know where they are. MTB goes down. Wirt peeks on the short corner, and Hell on Wheels put up a solid defensive round, but a close round nonetheless. And so again, an indicator to me that Blackwatch are trying to get back into this. Maybe Nomad, disgraced by their negative KD, decided to reset. Either way, I don't think it was an in-game disconnect, and everybody back in lobby for our next round. Objective changes place, but not very far. One of the newer objective placements on cargo, albeit new is relative, as it has been in for what is several months of regular season gameplay. And so, you know. Anyway, a objective that I don't really get to see played often. It just doesn't seem to fall into the randomization pattern very much. And I feel it's an objective that favors aggression, on defense in particular, and so it's kind of an interesting dynamic. We'll see how Blackwatch decide to set up for this one, and if they do challenge Hell on Wheels early, or it is going to be a bit of a waiting game. Still, though, a good start again for Hell on Wheels. A nice round there when you look back on it. Blackwatch managing to keep it close, but ultimately that little off-meta position on the cube really gets a couple of kills, and I think maybe doesn't save that round, but certainly gets them that round a little bit more comfortably. Back into the action we go, though, for round number 5. See what Blackwatch throw out on defense. As that smoke, I don't believe, goes where Toto now is open for, and one kill comes in early on to Cash Crazy. Toto able to get up to at least the center alongside Paradox. Everybody else in a bit of a firefight as crosses come in, and Hell on Wheels set up for their push. Catholic Goat goes down in the doorway. A nice pickup there by Jay Welch. Has plenty of angles to worry about, though, as does Noto now. Slippy Fingers finds Nomad on objective, and Blackwatch are getting picked apart one by one. Paradox count way in the open now. Does able to avoid the chaos. Actually, potentially set up to catch Trickster. No, the cross.
Green container.
Smoke's coming in, going to force rotations, and you can see Jay Welch rotating off of the enemy. Smokes trying to set up into position. A nice blind shot through the smoke. Catches Slippy Fingers. Wirt has Tablet out. Paradox dumps rounds towards the objective, but can't connect as there's boxes there to deny them. Wirt does go down finally as Paradox finds the kills, and there is the confirm. They went for 5-1. They went for maximum rounds, maximum points earned in a map, but instead just got the single points. Still a map 1 and a comfortable W at that, as Hell on Wheels do a good job of finishing off what was a good start. Black Watch, though, I think came alive in that final couple of rounds. And so we now go to Black Watch's map pick, which is going to take us to Bazaar. And a little different flavor than Cargo. A little bit more range, a little bit more variety in your angles, more verticality, as there are, second floor options. A very different map than Cargo, but still also has close quarters engagements that you'll run into pretty frequently, no matter what objective you're going to have to attack. And some objectives, in my opinion, lean heavily in favor of the Marsoc versus the Volk debate there. And so I think, it does come down in a lot of ways to what objective placement you get on a map like Bazaar. And as we prepare for this second map, the first objective is an objective that I think favors the attacking side, maybe 60% to 40%. The reason being is that the Coyote objective, for those in the know, is an objective that is surrounded by a variety of potential cap points. In a lot of cases, objectives can be, you can see the area that an objective can be capped in from a distance. Most of the times you need at least 2 or 3 angles to make sure that you can see that full area around the objective that a capper could cap in. But with Coyote, there's almost more angles than possible to defend from. And so it becomes a matter of properly setting up and attacking, almost in some ways, the offense before they get close enough to the objective. Because once an offense is within the objective, within the Coyote building, it's pure chaos. We may see what I mean as we dive in to our first round on Bazaar. Coyote is the building here, and it is our first objective. Blackwatch on the attack, Hell on Wheels on defense. And so kind of a big opportunity for Blackwatch to start this one off with a potential cap attempt. If they can come in warmed up now and focused off of a bit of a rocky map 1. Like I said, could be a nice opportunity for a big start. And I know both teams are going to be thinking cap on the attack. Blackwatch certainly thinking cap here. Just a matter of what element of your offense breaks through the defense. Does this north duo break through the north defense here and open up an entry into the back of the objective? Does the front throw out good smokes and force rotations? Are they going to be timed properly? Are they going to sync themselves up as a unit? It's all these questions and ultimately answers that lead to the success or not so much success of that Marsoc offense. And the first kill,
I hope that wasn't
comes
Slippy
in.
with a shot.
Deep rub finds
Okay, -1.
one from a distance, reports it into the team, and I imagine the north element not going to be too appealing to Noto now. Rest of the offense, though, is over on this side, so Catholic Goat likely the action soon enough, as they will have to clear out this Bazaar area and start to push in.
That's not him.
Couple of shots from Noto, and Catholic
-1 East Courtyard.
does take some shots. Finds one. Cash Crazy doesn't go down. But they are certainly in a bit of a firefight here, and another kill connecting for Catholic Goat. Black Watch down to 2. The setup even not able to set up, and that's kind of what I was talking about almost assaulting the offense before they get close enough. Catholic Goat is in a bit of an aggressive position, but it is because otherwise, if they aren't there, they really don't have good control of a lot of the objective space. It's a tricky objective to defend properly, but so far Hell on Wheels are defending it well. Jay Welch up through the center is looking for any bit of help they can get, any shots they can connect with. Try and even the odds just a little bit. They have 3 minutes left to work with, so they're not necessarily pressured for time.
Did we get that one in Charlie? I'm seeing one in Bravo 3.
I don't think we did.
Noto trying to find a little angle through these bags here to identify the opponent down on the other side, but not finding much. Almost has a line onto MTB, but not quite. Ooh, and as soon as they decide to peek out just a little bit, their ankles, well, almost get clipped up and they almost run out of toes.
I'm getting shot up from Kion.
And they're sort of stuck here. It's going to force a smoke. Catholic Goat's going to apply pressure. And I think that this rotation is going to be identified by Noto audio-wise. They should have heard Catholic Goat moving up on the other side of the wall. Catholic Goat certainly hears Noto rotating around through the street. Ooh, and another nade it is. It goes a bit too far. Goat pops up, though, at the top and does not connect onto Noto. Noto doesn't actually know where the Goat was shooting from and does not expect the tight corner.
Nope, he's dead.
Another kill from Catholic Goat. Leaves it all up to Jay Welch. Now, there are some interesting options for them, but at this stage, with 50 seconds left, Hell on Wheels sort of tunnel vision around objective. And you can see the whole defense feeling confident that they know there's 4 dead are hunting. MTB is rotating around out in the open. It'll cost them their life, but it'll give away the position of Jay Welch. Catholic Goat looks for some action there. They don't find those shots to connect. 30 seconds left, though, and forcing Jay Welch to be crouched down is buying them time. And now they have them tucked into a tight corner. Still able to work out. For how much longer is the question? 15 seconds left. Fixter connects there. And Hell on Wheels continue a bout of dominancy as they take the lead yet again on map number 2. Shout out to everyone that is tuning in, whether it's on Twitch, Facebook/Meta, or YouTube, or Horizon Venues. We do appreciate you all stopping by and hanging out to catch this high-octane Onward action. I mean, truly take notes of Hell on Wheels here today, because they are playing very good. Their defensive setups in particular are just really nicely done, and shutting down the offense really before they have an opportunity to even get set up. Blackwatch just weren't even able to get around the objective area where they could really start to try and time up a full team push which is what they, at this stage, are going for. It is a coordinated effort to try and attack the objectives. We'll see what Hell on Wheels throw out on the attack, and if Blackwatch are able to sort of weather the storm, because right now a lot of momentum is into the Hell on Wheels side. Definitely a dangerous squad to be battling up against, and again, a team that does have a lot to gain. They managed to come out on top here. It is going to be a good amount of MMR matchmaking rating that they will receive, in which case they'll go up in that ladder. And like we mentioned, at the back half of the season, it's very important for these teams. So important rounds to be won right now. And Hell on Wheels are going for every point. I'd imagine that a cap is certainly going to be on the table here for Hell on Wheels. They'll want to push this up 3-0 out the gate. I wonder what Blackwatch are really going to be able to do to try and stop that. Like I said, I think it's best if you can find early picks. But looking for early picks comes at a bit of a risk. And so, will Blackwatch find the important kills they need?
I don't know why.
That is the question. As we go in to round number 2. Map number 2.
Somebody wants Shut up, Dom. We're amazing, bro.
A very relaxed team, clearly, as they are singing songs on their push up here, and a couple of good smokes do allow Wirt to cross over to the middle. Blackwatch is set up in some relatively, well, I would say standard positions. Paradox, you think may be forward, but they're actually a late angle. Unless they peek up here, they are intended to be a late game angle where they actually are watching objective. Jay Welch is the one that is hunting for early picks, and they find one on that second floor. And so now Paradox just has to tuck down and wait for anybody to try and push up through the middle. Be a bit of time before they run into anything. The real attention should be over on this side. Dash Tracy catches Slippy Fingers. Trickster. Able to at least get the refrag, but everyone on offense getting picked apart. An interesting flare.
One at the corner of
Getting
West
shot out
Market.
in celebration as MTV goes down. Paradox not confirming the kill, so MTV actually will be able to radio out information for now. Paradox certainly identified, though. Wirt knows that Paradox is on the other side. The trouble is that unless they have a grenade or some piece of utility, they're not going to be really able to do much about Paradox's position. And because they know they're there, they're not going to go for the res onto MTB. So it does still work out. But Wirt just has all the information to work with here. There it is. Wirt connects with their central defender, and now Blackwatch are down to 3 and have to kind of rotate because they lose control up through the front. Wirt finds another. 2:38 left, and that's a big pickup for Jay Welch to get rid of that edge case, because now Wirt is all alone in the middle. And Nomad finds the final kill. Black Watch put up a solid defensive hold on an objective that is tough to defend and prevent Hell on Wheels from spiraling Map 2 out of control. Tie it up, even Steven, and take us to our next objective. This objective is certainly an interesting one and plays a bit like Kayat in that more often than not, the defense sets up to look down the long lanes. They do rarely position a full squad around the objective courtyard space because once you're battling in there, it's kind of 50-50. You don't really know what could happen. So it's not necessarily a risk you need to take on defense, and why take it then? Defense is often set up looking for angles through small slices in windows or through the cracks in the walls. It's the job of the offense to try and push up through these streets and get close enough to that courtyard space to then be able to put out some utilities, some smoke grenades, deny vision in that central area, and force teams to rotate. Of course, a good bit of an LMG or two also does the trick to prevent smokes from being effective. If you put enough bullets into a smoke, it'll kill whoever's in it. Is the general idea. So there's always a back and forth in the game of Onward, which I always love talking about, because it might not be so ever present to people that maybe don't play the game at a very high competitive level. It is a constant mental battle of rock, paper, scissors on deciding how you approach a certain space and when and where you use utility. And then on top of that, the physicality of it all. Actually able to throw your nades with muscle memory and aim your rifles, hit your shots in VR. Wow. Fast action that you may have caught in the small screen, but there it is. One dead already for Hell on Wheels, and a great start for Blackwatch here on their MARSOC round. Because Blackwatch are aware of the threat that currently Catholic Goat is presenting, covering this street, they're working their way up the side, avoiding the dangerous angle of Catholic Goat.
Down to 4 teammates.
Now, they are checking periodically the long lane, but it's all a matter of timing in a game like Onward. When do you actually commit to holding this lane? And as soon as they drop off, it's standard stuff. The opponent will peek out. Not quite yet. They'll have to see
The ice cream truck.
what's happening on the other side of things.
They called me out. One's listening to me.
Mind your...
Bit of banter. One thing you'll
At me because I told him to mind his own business.
hear happen in Onward.
He's down
They
not
can-
blue room. He's probably
It is open audio.
refrigerator room.
I'm trying to
Or maybe behind it.
know what the actual term is, but global audio, in that if you are within a certain proximity chat, whether you're a certain proximity of a player or an opponent, you can hear what they're saying.
Got it. Is that the boom?
So MTB is actually hearing the comms from Jay Welch on the other side of the walls here on that street. Same is going for Jay Welch. So they're using this audio information really to, I would say, their advantage. You know, MTB calling out that there's one on ice cream truck. So familiar with the map and its positions of all of the different structures that just off of the audio, they know, okay, this person, yeah, they're right at the ice cream truck. Catholic Goat in the south hasn't identified Paradox or Cash quite yet. But we are looking at an opportunity here with this round for Blackwatch to, for the first time, take a lead. Bit of a giveaway on position here as Paradox Puts out a bit of suppressive fire. Oh, and re-peeking right afterwards. Cost Cats Crazy their life. Rest of the offense slowly setting up to push in onto the objective. It's all a matter of keeping Catholic Goat distracted while No Toe invests into the flank. Once they get Catholic Goat down, it is then going to be this whole team hitting the objective from every angle. But Wirt's getting aggressive, and they're actually going to go down. Jay Welch finds the kill. I thought the flash had connected, but it did not. And after losing one, Catholic Goat is going to push up. Tries to rotate out from the position. No one else pushing in from the south. A smart rotation that gives them an angle onto the objective as well. And so, oh no, a team kill. As Paradox comes late to the party and kills one of their own. No Toe still looking for Catholic Goat on this side. And Catholic Goat's in a very good position. Unless there's smokes on the objective, it really is going to take some good shooting or some good knowledge to find this kill. They're in the dark. They have the 3/4 cover. Maybe No Toe will find it. Oh, and there come the smokes. Paradox crosses, and Catholic Goat hears footsteps to their right. Nomad finds kills on objective. No Toe finds Catholic Goat. Suddenly, it's only one left alive on an L on wheels on defense, and it's MTB. They're going to fly out right into the line of fire from No Toe, and no cap, but still. Black Watch take the lead, go up 2-1 for the first time this series, and well, maybe they're coming alive. Just needed a few rounds under the belt before they start connecting onto their shots, and now they get an opportunity on defense to swing this up 3-1. A pretty nice attack, really. Well-timed from all angles. If No Toe had died, I think they may have actually had a better chance of capping. But still, a solid job on that attack. And you hear at the end, oh, you were close to capping, you should have signaled. Some teams have radio signals where it's a quick spam of the radio. You hear radio clicks when people do that. And so it can be a matter of, oh, I heard 5 clicks. It means someone's on objective capping. And actually then going to not shoot the target. We saw it happening with Hell on Wheels when they were going for the cap on the end of round on Cargo, where they were not taking shots through the smoke. They were letting the cap try and punch in the code. And it was unfortunately that they got shot. And as soon as they died, you saw the other two teammates open fire and find that kill. And so it is certainly a strategy that teams employ when they are going for that cap, where you'll actually not kill your target. Because if you do, you guarantee 1 point, whereas you could have had 2. The general thought behind that, for those not in the know. Back into it we go. Round number 4, map 2. The series starting to come alive a bit now as Black Watch battle their way into a lead, and
I'm at the...
I wonder if Hell on Wheels are going to try and step it up a notch, look for any sort of connect with, I suppose, any sort of early picks, or what their offensive rollout will look like. It is certainly an aggressive play.
I did it. I need a battery. I need to get a battery. I'll be right back.
Okay, and it was not an aggressive push. It was an interesting VR circumstance where I think they went to shoot and
Swear to God, I just team killed because it's super dark.
their battery ran out of power and their controller. And they ended up
one in Delta.
shooting their gun on full auto without their control
I think there's probably one in Charlie also.
until they ran out of
I'm
ammo.
not sure on that.
And then had to go get a battery. MTB should be back into the fold soon enough, but they gave away the spawn, and with a team kill,
Charlie's dead.
just a really tough Marsoc round. Essentially a slew of, well, unfortunate events. A series, if you will. Leaves Hell on Wheels down to just 2, and Blackwatch with 5 healthy defenders alive. They've had their spam. They're ready to go. What you're seeing actually here is a bait from Slippy Fingers, waving the tablet up above, trying to bait out shots
Now they're getting towards Foxtrot.
onto their tablet. Kind of gives them an idea, audio-wise, of where a potential target could be. And it is an effective strategy. You certainly can bait out shots. As soon as MTB tries to cross, Cash Crazy
That's one market, but I can't confirm.
able to find that kill, and Flippy now left alone as we are into a, well, hailfire of bullets. Gonna be a tough cross for Slippy Fingers. They're gonna have to get past Cash Crazy. Nomad also with a line once they get across the street, so let's see what old Slippy can do here. Either way, Blackwatch posed for a 3-1 on map 2. We really could see a full reversal of the scoreline for this second map, in which case we head on down to a map 3 series decider. Nomad identified there. Slippy takes shots, gonna cross out into the open street and slow down. A risky play to be made as Cash Crazy finds the kill, and Blackwatch take 3. Just like that. 1 round away from securing themselves a 4-1 map 2. And it's not going to be an easy task, as the next objective, I think, leans 60-40 in favor of the defense. Again, an objective I have seen capped and does have plenty of cap positions, meaning all kinds of different corners and even inside the building that you can cap where you're really kind of uncontested. And so it is a dangerous objective if you allow the offense close enough, and that's the big if. Oftentimes the defense is, again, set up to prevent the setup. Really only on maps like this, and gosh, I wonder where another map has the objectives that you really do kind of push out for aggression. I suppose some defensive setups on Downfall do that. But oftentimes a solid defense is just a 5-team kill box around objective, waiting for the offense to come to you and push into the objective space. But again, it's not something you want on an objective like this. And so we'll have to see what Hell on Wheels throw out on defense. I believe MTB now has a full controller, so shouldn't have any more technical issues there hindering them, but we'll see as we go back to it for round number 5 of map number 2. Just a round away from a series decider. Just a round away from a full tied scoreline. Exactly what Blackwatch need. It's exactly what Hell on Wheels want to avoid, as they had a fantastic start to this series with a 4-1 W in map 1. You don't want to throw away a good victory like that when you are, again, the underdog team. Opportunities to take big maps like that don't come often, but ultimately that separation in score is, well, no more. They can even these score lines still, though. It's a matter of pushing that comeback train into a starting position. Fortunate that their Blackwatch are not pushing up onto the center Bazaar stairs. You can see that Catholic Goat is concerned about that potential threat as they are watching back through the window.
There's one on the west side of Bazaar. And then there's one on the 2-story across the street from Main Street.
Calling out information, giving away their position, and Cash Crazy almost immediately connects onto their shots. Catholic Goat can no longer peek that angle. And they go now up to the 2nd story. Again, a bit more verticality.
No, he'd be on the stairs of Bravo 5.
In Bazaar than you get in Cargo, and is a key element in a successful defense and attack, utilizing these stairwells and getting that height advantage. Noto trying to find out if anyone's going to get aggressive on the north side, but it is a patient defense from Hell on Wheels. MTB sort of the front line, Catholic Goat the second. But once and if these two go down, Hell on Wheels defense gets weak, and I think they suffered a disconnect. So they're actually down to 4.
Yeah, we've had it for a while. They're pushing into Bravo.
See if Paradox pushes up and takes shots over the stairs. MTV's position should be checked if you're clearing out this courtyard space to push into. Ooh, Nomad actually goes down as Catholic Goat able to get rid of them. Paradox gonna push up those stairs and just barely misses.
Nomad.
Oh, okay.
The Bravo 7 guy.
Is he dead?
No, he's not down. Saying that's the guy that killed him. He's still there.
Ooh, a good
He
flash.
just flashed me.
You're good.
Noto watching if there is a push coming, but nothing from that flash, just a bit of a deterrent. And as soon as Catholic Goat tries to go anywhere else, Cash Crazy is still there, ready and waiting for them to peek out through that window. So they go back to their 2-story position. MTB stays in the window, and matter of how do they push in here. Oh, there it is. Paradox finds the kill.
There's another one.
Where? Left, right?
Bravo 7. Bravo 7 to the left.
There's another one in there?
Yeah, he's on the corner on the alleyway.
Oh, and they actually have a bit of misinformation there as MTB finds themselves a headshot. Paradox now is going to try and act off of that. You see them peeking the gap, and there is the trade
Okay, I got two
in that bizarre area. They, unfortunately, Hell on Wheels cannot invest the resources into pushing over to that res, as they are just down to 2, and so they want to be sure to cover the objective space. Jay Welch and the remaining attacker, Cash Crazy, have to work something up here. Trickster certainly seems to be aware of Welch's position behind red car, but they are going to be able to work out uncontested. Cash Crazy as well advancing forward.
Welch gonna go.
Couple of smokes coming in.
Bravo.
Ooh, and actually they find themselves a
Nice one.
key kill. on objective goes down. Wert's still there to hold, but they have a tall order now to make sure that there's no cap coming in. Either way, it's not looking good for Hell on Wheels in what is the potential final round of this map. MTB still should be radioing in information, so Wirt should be aware of Cash Crazy's position. There's the headshot. We're into a 1v1. Welch peeks the corner, and off the res, they connect. Blackwatch reverse the scoreline. Take themselves their map pick. And we are tied 5-5. Pretty good showcase here on the old Saturday night. Can't ask for a much better scenario than this as we now go into Hell on Wheels map choice for our map 3 series decider. Wow. While we wait for our next map pick, a quick shout out for our sponsors. They are ProTube VR, which offers fantastic mounts that stabilize your game, your aim in game. They help you mount your controllers into a mount that connects to a stock that stabilizes on your shoulder. They offer all kinds of varieties of stock, including haptic feedback versions where you can feel the recoil of the gun in your shoulder. It's very cool. VR cover offering fantastic enhancement to the face cushion of any VR headset, in addition to a couple of other products. I highly recommend you go check out the VR cover product line. They are a must-have and, again, a fantastic sponsor. VRML obviously contributing into that prize pool as we want to help see and grow VR esports. And also HyperX. You can hear the fantastic quality of the HyperX Quadcast S, which I am talking to you now through. I also have the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless headset and a variety of products that go out to our champions in prizing. So we really do appreciate the HyperX sponsorship as well. I've had this mic now. We've been partners with or sponsors with HyperX for some time, and I think over a year and a half now. And this mic I've had for that entire time, and I've never had issues. It is an easy recommendation from me, and I can tell you I've put a lot of hours into using the thing. And so it's gotten its fair share of wear and tear. Several seasons worth of Onward and Echo Arena and everything else. So, much appreciated to them as a sponsor, and we really do appreciate all of our sponsors that come together to support the VRML. If you are a company or interested in sponsoring the VR Master League, you can reach out to me at nightfire@vrmasterleague.com. Send a message to me. Also, if you're a caster and want to be by my side for a match right here on VRML, you can register and sign up to be a VRML caster. You can head on over to our website at vrml.com, go to your preferred league, and go to register. You'll see that we have a application to fill out if you want to join the production team. And you can decide if you want to be a caster, co-caster, whatever it is. There's all the options there on the form. So I do recommend you go fill it out if you're interested in getting involved with the VRML. Those are the plugs. And since you stuck around, it's time for map number 3, which is Downfall. I kept it a surprise right until we got to it. And excuse me as I have to update the teams live on stream, something you usually don't see, but I missed it.
I made it.
But now you know.
I made it to center.
Overhead mini-map is bugged, but that should be fixed in the second round. So until then, we have to kind of keep an eye on where this offense is at all times. It's looking like a 4-1 split, which is pretty standard approach for this kind of objective. 4 down onto the south side. They'll work up through the ravine and then try and push in through the center. It's all a matter of kind of guesswork in terms of what utility you're going to invest, where you're going to shoot, how you're going to cross, and when. Not kind of maybe an obvious statement, but that's what you have to factor in amongst a variety of other things on a map like this when you decide to push up.
Still have Tom's spot.
First shots taken of our map 3 decider coming in from MTB.
It's the one with the vet. Yeah, it's that little dip one in like the hole, like the crater. It has the bone in the crater.
See, they've got themselves that ACOG, a little bit of an enhanced sight downrange. We don't really get to see that, but they are certainly getting a bit better of a view down onto that side, calling out the rotation that they saw from, I think, Nomad. And the rest of Hell on Wheels prepare for the cross. Catholic Goat is going to go at least halfway.
Oh, he's going to be helicopter. At least one on objective, bottom floor.
You can hear them talking that once they commit to this. Yep, there it is. Jay Welch right where Goat knew they were. And all it really would have taken was Trickster to just dump rounds into the window for, I think, Welch to tuck in a little bit. And while audio cues are important, it's not exactly
helicopter headquarters. It's one of those.
exact. And so Trickster not sure if there's actually a defender who's on that dark helicopter or if it's actually behind the helicopter. Another pickup coming in, this time from Paradox. MTB going to try their hands at crossing. Welch finds that kill as well.
Minus another at lower dumpster.
Blackwatch picking apart Hell on Wheels now.
I cannot confirm.
Their first map so dominating, but now they're on a bit of a downward slide as Blackwatch are looking to pile on and take what I think is 4 or 5 unanswered points. Oh no, there's the kill from Cash Crazy.
Unused down.
And now Trickster alone. Not across the street yet.
Where's that dude?
Can't find where this final defender is, and Welch just doing damage in that basement position as Blackwatch find themselves their first round and the lead on map number 3. Take a look at the KDs. Jay Welch there, 3-0. Solid job. But I think this is... No, they took a lead last round. And then it got tied up 1-1. And so it's 4 unanswered points. I think it was 4 or 5. 4 unanswered points now coming in for Blackwatch as they continue to ride the momentum. Of course, attacking on Downfall is a, I would say, tall order. By no means is it easy, and it really does depend a lot on objective placement and where you spawn. There are, on a map, at any given time, you know, upwards of 16 potential objective spawns. Obviously, because it's a best of 7, it's impossible to play through all of the objective spawn positions. So, throughout the course of a map, you really don't know where the objective is going to be. Of course, you do and are familiar at this stage, these players are familiar with all of the potential objective placements, and on top of that, all of the MARSOC spawns for each of those objective placements, because the attacking team spawns in a random location based off of where the objective is placed. And so both the attacking team and the defending team don't know where the attacking team is going to spawn. It adds an additional element of variety. So it's really, I think it's why Onward has such a long lifespan. Because people that play it, you don't really ever get the same thing twice. If you do, it's rare. Like, wow, I just had this same series of objectives. That's kind of crazy. And again, it's what really just makes, for me, I think for a lot of players, Onward one of the best VR shooters.
I'm not gonna die.
Highly recommend you go check it out right now if you haven't played Onward. It's often on sale, but if it isn't, you can pick it up on the Quest or Quest 2. Action unfolding, and you're missing it because there's no mini window, and it's quick. And there's the first kill. MTB finds one, but because they invest 2 in the cross, MTB not able to hit more than one player. Paradox quickly finds another. Jay Welch looking for one in the basement. Everybody here on Blackwatch flying out the gates early. And again, Hell on Wheels down to 4.
In front of Center Hotel on the west side. Yeah, West Road.
I wonder if that's off a death or another disconnect. Either way, Blackwatch into a 4v3, but I don't think they know it.
Well, we have 444 right now.
And a 4v4, right?
Oh, you're in here? I'm gonna cross left. I'm scared of that guy in Welch's spot.
Noto gonna risk the cross. No one there, so they are now on to the West Street safe and sound. And really nobody here to defend on the defense. All the way up to objective, where MTB is now holding a late angle. 4 minutes left, and I guess Hell on Wheels not interested in looking for those early picks because, well, they have not been successful as they've lost 2 early. Looking out for those shots.
I'm like inside the basement. I don't know what they're shooting at. That window, I like the window that they got. I shot one of the guys from.
Yeah, just a little bit of a suppressive fire just to be safe.
Objective building, first floor.
But not really necessary. Blackwatch going to be allowed to get pretty close to the objective.
3 moves left, Welch.
An important thing is to always be aware of your time.
I just told you about, no.
Getting called out there to the team on how much time is left.
Darker, am I can't tell if it's a person or not.
Three minutes left means a lot of time for Cash Crazy to slowly work their way up to the objective. In a game like Onward, always better to be safe than sorry. Cash Crazy making sure that's not a threat. Does give away their position for a moment, but
26 guys.
again, worth it to be sure rather than sorry. So the advance continues. Oh, and some misinformation there as Paradox thinks they hear footsteps inside the hotel. Nobody here on defense, but that one call-out has paused what could have been a bit of a quicker push from Blackwatch. Cash Crazy now also investing resources. And if Paradox doesn't radio in that they're pushing inside here, it could be a team kill as well, as Cash is concerned about a threat from that building. Catholic Goat finds Welch. The focus now over onto the trio in the west. Paradox still distracted. Minute now on the clock. Noto not too close. Time is going to be an element here for this team. They are aware of it, though. It's just... it's going to be really late. MTB is also in a very, very late position. They are essentially there to shoot anybody that has the tablet out and thinks they're going to be capping. So it will be a matter of if Cash Crazy comes into this basement and just dumps rounds into the dark corner. Noto also is here. They're going to send 2 in. MTB tucks deeper. Cash goes down. Noto's ready. More shots coming in. Noto now shooting into the corner. Can't connect into the chaos. There's a nade. It's a smoke, though. MTB comes out. The tablet's out for Noto, and cannot cap. An opportunity squandered now as Paradox gets shut down as well, and Hell on Wheels defend. Just barely, really, because of MTB, who prevents 2 from getting into the basement and prevents Blackwatch from going up 3-1 on this map 3 decider. Wow. We are all tied up. I wonder if it's going to stay that way. I wonder if we're on track for a 3-3 round 7. I thought it felt for a moment there, especially with Hell on Wheels being down to 4 or 3 technically. They just had no. It was Blackwatch's round to win, and the ultimate execution there in the basement. Just a nice job of staying tucked in into that deep corner and not getting shot. Wow. That smoke, if it had been in the doorway and not inside the room, if they had just dropped the smoke in the doorway, I think they could have tablet outed and worked around the corner and capped. That was the intention, I think. But they threw the smoke, so either way, I think I knew what they were going for. They wanted to deny vision in that space entirely and then just cap in the chaos, which is crazy, but so is being up 3-0 on a map 3 decider in week 13 when you're in the top 20. So I get it. We change objectives, swap sides, then go back into it for round number 3.
Anybody want a flare gun for funds?
Can I shoot it? I
know you do.
Where am I shooting this?
North.
Give it
north
back.
side. Shoot it.
I don't even think I made it.
Celebratory flare gun shot from Noto.
Space glitch, bro?
Quickly gets up into the second story and has an angle down onto the common cross that they have to make if they want to push in onto that west street. They don't have to, actually, as they can work around in from the ravine, go up over the hill and push that way, but that also has its risks. In particular, not sure who.
Yeah, dude, it's actually that dude was shooting nonsense on my house.
I think it's... No, not Cash Crazy. Jay Welch, who I was looking for.
Oh.
Has an angle.
That got weird.
I don't know what we just tuned into there, but it certainly seemed a little weird. Also, kind of a weird defensive position. Well, not weird, I suppose. Just very late. They're not going to be on the hunt for any early angles, and really nobody is other than Nomad, who has the vision down onto this hilltop and that middle ravine that maybe potentially one or two of this offense are going to have to cross. Wirt is able to work up, through the ravine here and does get across. But I don't think Goat and Trickster are going to go for that option. Oh, and one does get up into that White House.
White House's slippy fingers. He was rubber banding super fucking hard.
Callouts there from Nomad.
Three minutes left.
And they try and cross, but one goes down. Flippy now going to try and work up through the ravine. Takes a bit of fall damage.
I'm not sure. Catholic radio in if he made it. Yeah, I'm still here.
I think Slippy's been the one that they've actually been losing from time to time. It's when they've been dropping down into 4. You can hear the team asking if they're still there because they're unsure if they've lost one or not. Suppressive fire down into Nomad's position. Doesn't prevent Nomad from shooting Wirt, as Wirt has cover, but still. A bit of an audio distraction, and Wirt can work up into this building now. Doesn't seem Noto is... Oh yes, they are. They are checking through a very small slice. They'll be ready for Wirt, and they don't connect on those shots. Flash comes up and over. Wirt able to tuck in there, smokes and drops off.
Yeah, he's in here. He smoked it out. Can't see him.
There's the guy second story in Center Hotel.
Sounds like he's
Being
going to Brew.
racist. Yeah, I know what you do.
MTB goes down on the chopper. Jay Welch with that late basement angle. Not expected from Wirt, as they are looking onto that second story. Nomad connects with a couple of shots there. Wirt looks for the kill, but Blackwatch almost not losing a single defender. Nomad goes down at the end there. Hold on to their objective and take the round 2-1 in commanding fashion. Very nice job from Blackwatch. And a pretty standard defensive hold. They had one or two, nothing really out of the ordinary there. Got their picks early and just a solid job setting up around that objective in particular and covering the right angles. That's really what a good defense comes down to, especially on downfall, is covering the right angles. Oftentimes that is luck in a lot of ways, in that you are going to a predetermined position to watch an angle that you expect someone to potentially be coming across, but nobody could cross. You do see at times teams or players that are over diligent on holding their angle, and while they're doing that, they're losing somewhere else. And so obviously it works both ways, but a nice job there either way from Blackwatch. They set up on the correct angles. They prevent that south ravine push from coming in, and they get a very different spawn than Hell on Wheels did on offense, as they spawn up over in that north hilltop.
It's basically whichever team. Okay.
I didn't mean it.
Yeah, thanks. I understand.
no early kills coming in, as there's nothing too crazy on the defensive setup or rollout. Not getting too aggressive on the north. That's how you usually end up dying to that north spawn, is if you try and push into that crater or any position really over on that north
Bravo
wall.
is clear unless they go their late game.
That's a risky cross for them late game.
We gotta watch that one Noto called out. He may be pushing for a far hill.
Interesting rotation coming in, though. Looks like they're going to invest 2 in that north. 3 committing now, with 1 a bit late over to the south. Both Cash and Paradox already here.
Look at that church. There's one guy at the church. I'm pretty sure I just
And hunting.
West Church.
A lot of angles that they have to clear out. Paradox making sure nobody's in White House, although I think White House is pretty hard to get to undetected. Ooh, no toe catches out MTB.
Yeah.
A long range shot from the rooftop in the north. Some shots coming in there from Jay Welch. That costs them
-1.
their life up through the center.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Right back into a 4-4. Trickster almost finds Paradox onto the corner, but those bullets
West side.
go just a bit wide. The information radioed in to Cash Crazy. We'll see if they're able to find the kill or not. They're not necessarily looking through that onto that stairwell, as Trickster is checking it from time to time.
All right. 4 minutes. Yep. And I'm moving to Valley.
And the reason they're not looking at the stairwell is because Paradox called out a different position. They suspect that they're being shot from elsewhere, but Trickster almost connects there onto Paradox
I've been looking
again
at it.
from the stairs. All guesswork right here. Oh, his Cash takes a little fall damage.
Making my way to upper dumpster.
What that means is that they've had to heal, and once you have to heal once in a round, as soon as you get down or go down or get shot, you're dead. You cannot be healed again. So they're a little bit more fragile. Going into this cross, and Noto able to get rid of 1 on the north, but I don't know if they found Nomad. Yeah, you heard the call out, 1 rotating from North Hotel, and so, well, I don't know if they think there's another here.
He was shooting at my general
Now they
direction.
are. Catholic Goats inside the basement certainly hears Nomad on the other side of the wall.
He got Noto.
Paradox rotating off of their position. Cash Crazy debating the cross, which is being held, and well, they do make it across. Catholic not able to connect there.
2-story.
Nomad should hear these footsteps inside, does hear the shots as well, so information for them to work with. Trouble is, they don't know first floor or top. Maybe those comms will give them a better indicator of where they're at. A little smoke comes out, though, and Catholic Goats maybe considering aggression as Nomad drops off. Goat actually goes outside into the corner. Not exactly a safe space, but safe from Nomad if they do try and get aggressive on the inside. So it's all a matter of them defending and winning any fights that they find themselves in on that cross, if Paradox crosses. Trickster does go down. Paradox able to find that kill. While that happens, I think Slippy Fingers missed the cross from Nomad. Or probably couldn't see it. Wirt is on objective. Catholic Goat is also technically on objective. But we're into a 3v3. Black Watch a cap away from taking this third map and the series. Really a Catholic goat away from potentially losing this. Wirt is, like I said, on objective. And Nomad is going to push. Goat does not rotate around. Cash takes shots. Wirt's distracted. Tablet comes out, and Wirt's there to take down Nomad. Now Cash in a 15-second melee has to sprint up and look for kills. Everyone just has to tuck in on Hell on Wheels, and it's what they're going to do. 6 seconds left. Time will tick down. We stay tied. 2-2 on map 3. A nice attempt, but they didn't clear out the final element. And while they did get close to the objective, Blackwatch not able to secure that cap, and on to our next objective placement we go. This one pretty 50-50. Maybe 60-40 defense. Certainly have seen it kept plenty of times, and if you lose key elements of your defense, it can be bad news. M203 launchers can play an important role on offense here, as you can get rid of some key defensive positions inside the building on objective. A really well-placed M203 launch can go through those windows and find yourself, again, a very important kill. You can get rid of what is certain to be a defender on the objective building. Then you really do open up your opportunities for caps. You force rotations on defense more often than not, and that opens up more picks. It's all a downward spiral if that M203 connects. So curious to see if we see it taken here by either team on offense. You can only take it on the attack. It's not something you can equip on bulk on defense. And before we get into our 5th round, a quick shout out again to everybody that is stopping by, whether you're on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or venues. I really do appreciate you stopping by and hanging out and catching the action, rooting for your favorite team. Into it we go for our 5th round. Oh, false start. This is the objective building we were talking about. You're going to want to avoid getting M203 launched into. Those are the windows that you try and shoot the grenade through. And again, not an easy task. Now we're into our 5th round.
I made it in time because I don't know what happened.
Panicking. We have 1 second. Technically, there's still about 10 seconds after it starts.
Yeah, there's a little dot on your watch you can look at to see.
Defense able to set up into their positions uncontested. Offense not giving away anything too early.
It's helpful for Quest 1 because it actually makes people show up correctly.
Oh, and the P90 coming out on Downfall of all things, an interesting choice.
North Darkroom.
Doesn't exactly work out.
There's one upper red.
In the distance, but they aren't fully dead, so maybe a res opportunity for whoever is rotating currently. Oh no, they're now dead, so no res available. They Welsh puts a few more bullets into that downed body. And Blackwatch have really started their rounds off with great early picks for what feels like the majority of the rounds that at least they've won lately. It's obviously a key element in starting off your
Gotcha.
defense or offense, but still, they seem to be falling into early picks here. And there's a second. Yes, indeed. MTB goes down as Jay Welch finds that kill again.
3 stables.
Hell on Wheels down to 3, and it's going to be the 3 over in the west. We're going to have a tough order of working out from this west side up to that objective. That's crazy. Finds Slippy trying to rejoin the team. And the remaining 2 are really just looking for any sort of picks that they can find, as Catholic does get 1. Nomad goes down, but they are resable. Catholic Goat can't confirm that down body. And while they're downed, that player can radio in information. Whoa, somehow they do get the confirm. Maybe the body was in the window or something.
It's just us.
But either way, they're now given their position is given away. You can see the laser from White House dialed into this gap. That's why Catholic Goat does not push out from that side, and instead dips around up through the bit more exposed angle. But now it's going to cross. Now they go deep. Rotate far. Still almost get tagged. They do manage to get across, though, onto this west street, and there is a bit of a lack in coverage of this street. It's actually a pretty late defensive commitment coming in from Blackwatch, in that both Cash Crazy and Noto are more so worried about the on-objective approach. Now Noto is looking out, and as soon as they do, they start to take a little bit of heat.
I can't tell from where.
Re-peeking the angle to unknown bullets equals death. And Hell on Wheels have lost... Oh, that was a disconnect early, so... Or after death, so they are still down to just 2. Trickster tries to cross out, they go down. And Catholic Goat is alone in a 1v3. And they're lucky Paradox doesn't identify them on the stairs. Ooh, and nice shots up onto Jay Welch. That is not an easy hit to take or make, and nice long range pickup. Still, though, Blackwatch has the important angles on objective. And there's only 50 seconds left, so Catholic Goat is going to have to push up here. How much utility do they have? Where is their play going to come from? I'm sure that's what they're asking themselves right now. And they're going to know that they only have 30 seconds left. They find a bit more utility off of their down teammate. Throw a smoke. And now we're pushing up to Cash Crazy, but there is the defensive hold from Paradox from the White House. And Blackwatch are a round away from taking the series. Same objective, swap sides. Blackwatch now go on the attack. So we'll have to see what their plan of approach looks like. But, this is not, again, an easy objective to approach on, because there are defensive positions like that White House position where you have that hilltop angle right down onto the objective, and the only way that that position becomes ineffective is if someone misses their shots in White House, and the attacker gets inside the building. Otherwise, that White House position has a great line of sight down onto objective. I suppose there is also the option that they push up against the wall and cap against the wall. But still, White House can push out of the building and have the angle from the hill onto the objective. So it's a very effective spot to defend from a distance. You don't really need to be in the fray. The trouble is, of course, is that you are a target, and that teams thoroughly check that White House window, often suppress it when they're going for plays. And so, again, the rock, paper, scissors, and back and forth of the mental battle that is high-level Onward is always fun to think about, and I could probably theory craft Onward plays for a long time. Well, shoot, I guess we've been doing it for about 2 hours here. As we go back into it for map number 3, the series decider. Round number 6 kicking off.
I'm gonna be very. I'll give you candy. We have to give Striker candy in exchange. No, I probably am going to die right now.
Slippy able to cross without getting shot at there. Cash gets up into the top tower position, but it's a bit late to find that rotation from Slippy. They still could potentially get that kill onto the hill. Yes, they see one. Do they take the shots? They do, and they cannot connect.
One South Valley, trying to get to White House.
The rest of the offense working their way up through the west, out of that spawn.
You want me to cross in first?
Not getting, over to the east. Not getting aggressive on the west.
Alright. Gosh, we've all made it to this side.
Yeah, we're at stables.
They'll have this free and easy, though. Well, until they get to the middle. Down on that east side, nobody here to defend. Nobody home on the two buildings or the hill. Wirt is in the basement, so I suppose they could be a potential threat. But for now,
Peek it and let him come to me.
you heard him. Wirt says, don't peek it and let them come to Wirt. See how well that works out. That Wirt's out. Trio slowly working in from the back. Again, they are aware of this. We're not too concerned about this team here, and I wonder if they'll stay quiet or radio any information. Yeah, they're communicating. That position given away, and you can see the... Oh, wow, what a quick pick onto the White House.
Yeah.
But you can see both Paradox and Nomad looking for any vision into that building. For now, at least, Wirt is distracting the trio here. In the meantime, the rest of the offense is working up to objective. One in center, one over on the west. Hell on Wheels also has suffered a disconnect again.
No.
Wirt throws out a Molotov to prevent entry into their building, and I wonder if Note will push into that smoke. Doesn't look like they're going to. Oh, and I wonder if Nomad was calling out that there's fire there, so Noto doesn't push. Oh no, Wirt actually pushes into their fire, but I think since it's gone, they're okay.
I
I heard that.
Maybe they think Wirt's dead. It could give them a sense of false confidence. Noto is inside, gets past Wirt.
Got him. He's dead.
What in the world? I don't know if they were waiting or saving their shots or... Either way, Hell on Wheels down to just 2. Black Watch 2 kills away from taking this series on map 3. Smoke's coming out on objective. I wonder if they're going to go for a cap attempt. Trickster is certainly wary of it as they throw a flash out on that corner. The duo, though, has a lot to worry about. There are 5 alive for Black Watch, and they are surrounding this objective. Minute 20 on the clock. And Jay Welch actually goes down. Catholic Goat able to find those kills. Trickster almost finds Noto now, but can't quite land those shots. Catholic Goat gets rid of Paradox. It's a 2v3, make it a 1v2. Bit of a trade there. Catholic Goat trapped inside.
He's on the east side of the building.
And as they push out, they find the kill. It's a 1v1. Hell on Wheels are not giving up just yet. Catholic Goat alone. As 45 seconds is left on the clock, Noto has to push out. Goat had to have seen that cross. Excuse me. And they swing the corner. The firefight, it goes the way of Noto now. Black Watch take the W with a map 3, 4-2. That is that. An exciting matchup to tune into, a great back and forth, but ultimately Black Watch really kind of turning it on in the final few rounds, or final few maps, I should say, with Bazaar and Downfall going their way 4-1 and 4-2. The total score line 9-7, and that's why you go to math class. Again, a quick shout out to all of our sponsors: ProTube VR, VR Cover, HyperX, and VRML contributing into that prize pool. We also have merch sponsors, Arma and VR Cover. You can find those on our website at vrml.com. Both of those, both have come out with new merch for VRML. In particular, some really sick stuff from Arma, and VR Cover. I recommend you go check out the merch store. Get yourself some VRML merch, just like this that I'm representing on stream now, but also some newer stuff as well. Quick shout out as well to everyone tuning in. Again, before we sign off, I appreciate you all stopping by. If you're new to any of the platforms, be sure to follow. This happens regularly on the weekend, 6 p.m. PST Saturday, 12 p.m. PST Sunday, so we have more tomorrow. So be sure to stop in right here at 12 p.m. PST for tomorrow. Should be, again, more good quality VRML back and forth action. But until then, that will be it for me. My name has been Nightfire with 2 E's. I will see you Sunday at 12 p.m. PST. Stay classy. Oh, that was a run.